So we're gonna go over a couple things here in Blender. These are gonna be the very basics of Blender, what you're gonna need to know to get started. So one quick thing, I am really sorry I wasn't able to keep my uploading schedule. I had school stuff and that got in the way of that. But I will try to keep it up now. So this is gonna be quick. I uploaded this today, I recorded it today, edited it, done. So this is a quick one. But on Friday, hopefully, I will have the next one up, which is going to be Minecraft in Blender. And that should be up on Friday, and if not Friday, it'll be up on Monday. I promise, this time. It will be up. I promise. Maybe. Anyway, let's hop over to Blender, and we'll talk about the very basics that you need to know to get started. Okay, welcome to Blender. If you've never seen this before, you're gonna see this when you start up. Okay, it's gonna look something like this. Mine is a little bit different, and it's gonna be like that. And you're not gonna have anything selected. Okay, so let's get started. Very basics. Hotkeys you're gonna need to know. Okay, so right click is select, not left click. This is confusing to some people, me included. Right click to select everything. Then your move key is G. Hit G to move around. Okay. R is rotate. Rotates according to your axis. S is scale. Done. Those are the basic ones. Now if you hit G and then the axis of choice, your Z axis, your X axis, or your Y axis, you can move it according to that axis without having to eyeball it. Okay, and the same works for everything. Scale, rotation, and position. Okay, a couple other ones. Control Z, as always, is undo. And then a couple different ones over here are your orientation keys. So if you hit on your number pad, this has to be on the number pad. It doesn't work anywhere else. 0 is your camera view. Let me scroll out here. So that goes into your camera. Okay, 7 is top. 1 is front, 3 is side, 9 is nothing, 8 is up rotate, 2 is down rotate, 4 and 6 are side, and then 5 is your perspective or orthographic view. Orthographic has no perspective, and it's nice for lining stuff up if you don't have to, again, want to eyeball it. Okay, good. Now let's get into basic animation. So when I move it over here, now you notice there's nothing wrong with this, anything. If this is a timeline, drag it over, it's not going to move. So go back to frame 0. Hit I, and this is going to bring up a bunch of selections here. Okay, so you're going to hit Lock, Scale. Rot, Scale. And this is location, rotation, and scale. So hit that, click on it, okay, and you notice the name there turned orange. Now move forwards here, let's go to frame 30. You see there's a little yellow line there, that's a keyframe. So move it by just dragging that. Then hit R to rotate it, then hit S to scale it. Okay, good. And then hit I again, and choose the same one, Lock, Rot, Scale. Okay, and now it's going to interpolate between those two keyframes. And anything you do in the center here, so let's move it over in the center, it's going to adjust, it's not going to do anything. That's because you didn't make an extra keyframe for it. So if you want to change something in the center, let's go over here, let's rotate it, let's scale it way down. You have to hit I again and make another keyframe if you want it to change. So it's going to change now. Now it's going to do that. Okay. So that's the very basics of animation. There are many other things you're going to need to learn later, but I'm not going to teach you those. Okay, quick things here. Parenting, that's an important one. So we're going to hit Shift A. That's going to make a new object. And I want to make a UV sphere. Okay, so that's the sphere. Okay. Now, it's not going to move, right? It's just there. And we're going to want to make it move without putting any keyframes on it. So let's hit this, right-click on that, then right-click on this, then hit Control-P, Parent to Object. Okay, and you notice there's a little line there between them. Okay. So now, the sphere is going to keep whatever orientation it had right here. So if we move it, let's see here, let's move it up. So it's going to keep that orientation exactly with the cube. Okay? And this can be very helpful. So you can duplicate it again. It's going to keep that again, again, again. It's going to keep whatever orientation it has with the cube. Okay, good. So parenting is very helpful for a lot of things. You can, in Lego Blender stuff, you can make it hold the whole model together if you need moving parts on it, while having a simple control object, like, for instance, this cube can control everything. At the same time, however, you can press I, lock rot scale, have this here, and have this move on its own at the same time. See? It can move on its own as well during the same animation. And this can be very, very helpful. If you have a single control object, other parts can move by themselves. So that is the very basics of animation. We can move into texturing now. So just shift-click to select everything, delete those. Okay, so for this cube, go to the Material tab, hit New, and just hit the Diffuse, and I'm going to turn it green. Okay, all the way up, and 100. Okay, good. That is basically texturing material. That's all there is to it. If you want to add a texture, hit over here in the Texture tab right next to that, New, Clouds, change the color to whatever you want. Hit Material, that's how it's going to look. Let's do it to red or pink, and you're going to see that. Okay, and under Mapping, we're going to change it to Cube. Okay, and then we can change this to Cube to see how it's going to look. Hit F12. You'll see there. F12, by the way, is render. So when you hit F12, it's going to render it. Okay. 0 for camera view. Then right-click on this frame and hit G to drag the camera around. Okay. Good. That's really all there is to it. There's a lot of other little things you can work on, and very basic little features. But these are the fundamentals that you're going to need to know to get started. One more quick thing is lighting. So if you hit Shift D to duplicate again, let's see, just move that light over there and over there. Now hit F12. You're going to notice the cube is better lit. So just play around with lights. Lights are, I don't think there's like one specific way to do it. I like to put it in a 3-point system, so 2 in the front, 1 in the back, key light, fill light, backlight. This works in real life too. 3 points lighting system is a common use in film and television stuff. Okay, good. And it looks a lot nicer. It just gives you better results. And you can also change colors of lights here, just the same way you would on the mesh. Let's change that. Okay, and you notice it's got a kind of a purpley tint to it there. Okay, so that's really all there is to it. Just experiment a lot with Blender. Always Control Z if you don't like what you just did. Control Z always undoes everything to a certain degree. I believe if you hit Control Alt U, you can go into your user preferences, system. Let's see here. Where is it? I don't usually use this, but somewhere in here is an option that you can change your number of undos. And I think I have mine set to 30, but I'm not sure where it is here. Anyway, somewhere in here is an option. You can change your number of, a number of steps you can undo just to save your RAM and stuff for other things. But that is helpful. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will be back on Friday or Monday with Minecraft in Blender. Thanks for watching.